Just wanted to ask, health-wise, I mean, the guys that were, I guess, to some extent in question, David, practice, Velasquez, where did you stand with those groins, and Joshua?
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy right now.
The bye week and
Simple answer, huh?
Yeah, that's good.
bye week and the injuries. How did that? Do you think that affected chemistry?
The bye week and the injuries for the team, because we had 5 changes from the starting lineup from the weekend before. Yeah, I think it was difficult, and on top of that, we had 3 out of the 4 defenders, or maybe all 4 in the back, were playing in different spots. Kris was playing out wide, Jason was playing on the other side of the center, Jeb was playing to the right. So we had, I think, 4 changes in the back positions. But for me, that's not an excuse, because I still think that the performance could have and should have been better.
Playing against a winless team like Philly right now, what are your expectations?
My expectations is this is going to be a very, very difficult game. Philadelphia doesn't have a win yet, but they deserved 2 wins, honestly. They were better than their opponents in 2 matches that they played. One game got an extremely poor call against them, and the second game they got run over in the extra time. But for me, they were the better team in both those matches, and they're a better team than their record indicates. On top of that, they're going to be extremely emotional about trying to get their first win at home. So this is going to be an extremely difficult test for us.
How do you ensure that your guys don't even look at their record?
We show them video and show them what a good team they are. And I think that we need to realize as well that we're not in a comfortable position either. We need to continue to improve and be focused on ourselves to get our performances to be more consistent.
Knowing you guys have 4 matches in like 2 weeks, how important is it getting off to a solid start with this tough stretch coming up?
It would be really good. It would be really good, as I said. Even if we look at our last match, it was a loss. So ideally, you'd like to be part of the team that never loses 2 games in a row. So for us, I think that's a little bit of the focus that we need to get out there and give a really strong performance and do our best to improve upon our last time out.
Have you been able to work on a lot with the last off week?
Yeah, it's been 6 or 7 training sessions in the time since our last match. So the guys have worked extremely hard, and have looked quite good this week. So I'm hopeful that the training performances roll over to the match performance.
The league has, at times, seemed to try to kind of force rivalries where they may not be organic. Do you view this as a potential rivalry, or do you not even look at it in those terms?
I think that every team is a potential rival. For me, it doesn't always matter which team is closest. For me, rivalries are born out of meaningful competitions and multiple times playing against each other. So I think it's impossible for us to say that any team our first time out is going to be our rival.
Aristegueta has scored 3 of their 5 goals. You looking at him as a specific target that you'd want to develop a lineup against, or are you just going to still go with your focused lineup and just play your best game?
We're almost always going to be focused on ourselves. We don't put too much weight into any of our opponents' individual players. We're more about their tactics and what they're trying to accomplish when they have the ball and how we can counteract that.